Good evening. Thanks for tuning in to this special episode of Toya's Cafe. We will be discussing how to stay positive during these times. I will share with you all how I stay encouraged and the things that I do just to try to keep my mind grounded and to stay positive with everything that's going on around us. Hope you all enjoy. Thanks. Hey everyone, I just want to start this podcast off by first telling everyone to be encouraged and that I love you. And that also I understand that there's a lot of different emotions that everyone is feeling. Some people are sad, upset, mad, depressed. Some people are speechless, emotionless, and some of us just don't know. And we still have to find a way to stay positive and stay uplifted. And I have a question for parents. How are you dealing with this with your children? How are you keeping the morale in your house going? And what are the conversations you're having with your children about what's going on? Because, we're dealing with racial injustice on top of, guys, we still have a pandemic going on. So, these kids are stuck in a house on top of every day you look at the news is something new. Someone asked me, how are you staying so positive, Toya? Why does it seem like your spirits are so uplifted? And I had to remind them that I take a break. And what I mean by take a break is because I'm blessed to work from home, I sit in the house majority of the time. I have to take a break from social media. I have to take a break from watching the news so much and just give myself some time to regroup, because if not, I would go crazy. And if you know, in my personal life, what's going on triggers me. It angers me because of things that I've been through. So I cannot allow myself to watch the news all day or look on social media and see some of the racist posts that people are posting and some of the crazy things. It triggers me. So I unplug from everything and everybody. I write, I read books, I pray, I read my Bible, I talk to God a lot. I work on my website, and a lot of times I find myself just scrolling through YouTube finding funny things to watch, because I don't want to go into this stage of depression. And guys, honestly, it's easy to get there. Mental trauma, it's real. We don't like to discuss it, but at this point, guys, we need to talk about it. While you're sitting at home with your families, we need to discuss it. Parents, we need to have those uncomfortable conversations with your children, but also check on their mental state. Because turning on the news and looking at social media, it will tear you into pieces. And, people don't want to say the wrong thing, and people don't want to seem so sensitive and don't want to take this side, don't want to take that side. I take the side of right. I know who I am at the end of the day. First of all, I'm a child of God. I believe in God. And I know that God is in control of all of this. And I do believe that there is purpose into any type of pain that we do face. And the storm don't last always. But at the end of the day, I know who I am. And I know what's right. I know what's wrong. And I stick by what's right. And what's going on is not right. It's very sad. Last week, I found myself I burst out in tears because it bothered me. I can be honest with you all, it bothered me. And that's when I knew too, I'm glad that I take a break from watching the news and watching it on social media, because your spirits can be broken from this. Is there a perfect formula that I can give you all to fight this? No, it's not. I wish I can go in my kitchen and figure out something, but I can't. I wish I can write something to figure out, but I can't. But what I can do is regroup myself to give you all a word of inspiration and a word of encouragement. That's what my platform is for. That's what Toya's Cafe is for. It's a place of peace. And I had to remind myself, I can't be broken, because there's people that come to me for that inspiration. That's why we have to unplug from a lot of this sometimes, because guys, we will fall into a mental trap if we don't. And it's okay. It is okay to just unplug for a while and say, look, I just need to regroup. I need to talk to God. I need to pray. I need to do whatever I need to do just so I don't go crazy. Because let's face it, 2020 has been a year of just whoa. And that's how I can explain it. Whoa. And think about our kids. Guys, our childhood wasn't like this. We got to graduate. We got to go to prom. We wasn't stuck in a house for months. These babies have been stripped of everything, seem like it. So are you sitting down talking to them about it? Asking them how they feel about it? And you have it, oh, the world has opened back up. No, this thing is still going on. Still serious. So they're still being stuck at home. So are you talking to them? Are you asking them to express their feelings so they don't go into this slump of depression? Silent depression is a silent killer. And that's what I'm using my voice for in this moment. To say, hey, reach out to me if you feeling like this is too much, Toy. I just need somebody to talk to. Because we are tired. And guys, you are entitled to feel the way that you feel in this moment. I get it. It is a lot. And then there's a lot of people that are still out of work, have lost their jobs because of the pandemic. Small business owners that have had to close their businesses. We are in some trying times. So instead of us being so negative towards each other and hating each other, let's love on each other. Let's encourage one another. Be there for one another. That's all we can do. Because there's a lot of hurt people around here. And even for us that's blessed to work from home, sitting in a house for 40 hours a week minimum will drive you insane. So I encourage you to take a walk, read a book. Yes, we are limited to the things that we can do outdoors. Pull out your board games. Put on a hip hop dance thing and just dance. Find creative things to do in your home with your family. And I'm not saying that not to speak on how you feel, because that's very important. But sitting at home watching the news for 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day, watching on the social media, guys, that will drive you insane. Support the cause. Protest. Get active in your community. If you have not registered to vote and you did not just vote last week, go ahead and register to vote for November. Change is possible, guys, and it starts with us. My heart breaks for all of these families that is experiencing these things. I'm right here in Atlanta, and my heart breaks. There are little girls that will never see their father again. There's families that will not see their daughters again. And it's very sad. We as a people, as a nation, don't need to be at war with each other. And that's the sad reality. So it's hard to stay positive when we feel like as a nation, we are at war with each other as a nation. While we're fighting a pandemic, we are at war with each other. Some of you say, well, what do we do? Guys, I don't have the answers to that. But what I can say is love your neighbor. Respect your neighbor. Don't get so caught up in what we see on the news and what we see on social media. Be the change if you can. Be the difference. Find ways to make an impact. I would have never thought that this year we would have experienced this. Never. But again, I just want to encourage you all, give you some inspiration to say, this too shall pass. How do we go back to our normal? Guys, we may not have a normal to go back to. This might be our new normal for a while. But then, do we want to go back to what it used to be? No. We want to make progress. We want change in every aspects of our lives, in every aspects of things that's going on. We want better. We want change. So what does the new normal look like? Think to yourselves, what things about me can I change? How can I find my place of positivity? I don't know about you, but I know about me. I will continue to unplug every day and do what I need to do to keep myself grounded. I will continue to encourage others, inspire others, and to give love. Giving love is free. Giving hope is free. And giving inspiration is free. Telling somebody I love you is free. Being respectful is free. God is still in control, guys. There's no man bigger than God. Remember that. Have a good night. If no one has told you, remember that Toya loves you. Tune in to my next episode.